Hello, today we're going to be comparing the stock windscreen on the Honda CBR500R and comparing it to the higher OEM windscreen also from Honda. I haven't seen any other videos on this, so I kind of wanted to do something on it. There's going to be timestamps in the description or the comments. Basically just linking you to the different points I'm going to make, because I know I ramble in between. So the main points I'm going to cover is basically what the performance is of both screens, while one in a normal riding position, and the performance of the windscreen in more of an aggressive riding position. I also am going to do a little walk around of each, just to see how it looks on the bike, because that might be a factor for some people as well. I've actually got the higher windscreen sitting at home, so I'm planning to film both parts today. So yeah, we'll get out of the city first, and we'll do it on some country roads. I should have adjusted my mirrors better before I came out. Jeez. It's also extremely windy today, so this is I guess a good test of the windscreen as well. I actually need a red light so I can actually adjust my mirrors. Oh. Is that a bit better? Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, as I say, this is the fourth time I've tried this now. Couple of different problems really. The first time was my recording app on my phone, because I record my audio on my phone, decided to close down halfway through speaking. Yeah, second time my camera stopped recording. And the third time, which was successfully recorded, my files decided to corrupt. Partly my fault, but... So yeah, this is the fourth time. Sorry if I don't sound overly amused, but try not to let it get to me during the video too much. Hopefully it works this time. So yeah, as you can see, it's a lovely day today. It was actually supposed to rain, so I really hope it doesn't. Oh, for fuck's sake. I need to adjust this mirror anyway. Yeah, hopefully it's not too windy out on the road today. Am I gonna miss this light as well? Oh, that's nice. So yeah, we'll just get up to national speed limit, and I'll go over the kind of normal performance, normal riding position performance of the windscreen. So, yeah, it's mainly just blowing yeah, mainly just blowing wind into my chest, to be honest. I would say Honda focus more on the actual looks of the windscreen than the actual functionality, I would say. I mean, I'm 6 foot, maybe I'm not the kind of average person they expected to ride the bike, I don't know. But honestly, for how low down the wind is blowing, I honestly think even the shortest of riders wouldn't find this windscreen very useful. I'll do a little aggressive test here. Maybe not beside a police car. Yeah, I'll try the aggressive position somewhere else. I know there's a nice bit of straight road up here. Right, let's go again. Yeah, so whereas usually most windscreens would probably create an air bubble around you when you're kind of basically chest to the tank like that, this one just blows it into the center of your helmet, really. Obviously it feels a little bit more aerodynamic, but I don't think that has much to do with the windscreen. It honestly doesn't feel all that different from when I did my bike test on the SV650, which is of course a naked bike. So yeah, we'll just stop in here and we'll do a little walk around. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. As you can see, it's like extremely low. I think the new one's like up there. I'll find out today. But yeah, it is definitely more about looks than functionality, as I said earlier. But yeah, you can see why it wouldn't blow much air off of you, just simply by looking at the shape of it as well. Okay, so what I think I'll do now is go back home, put on the new windscreen, and we'll see how it compares. Alright, see you in a bit. Hello, and yeah, welcome to the second part of the windscreen, higher Honda windscreen, OEM windscreen comparison and first impressions. As you can see, I have the higher windscreen on just now. Thankfully, I'm actually managing to do this in the same day as I recorded the first part. So I just went home, put it back on, put the new windscreen on, and yeah, it didn't take too long. I mean, there's a couple of little awkward bits, but managed to do it in the end, so it's all good. So yeah, again, we'll just wait until we get out onto the country road so I can actually feel the difference, if any. And again, we'll just test it in the same categories as I did the stock windscreen. So obviously normal riding position, aggressive riding position, and the looks. So again, that cloud really doesn't look promising. We did get a few drops earlier when I was on the way home. So hopefully it just stays dry for the duration of this comparison. Oh, fuck that. Holy shit. I could not be a bus driver. Going from like a bike to a car already feels big enough. Like I'll just be driving along and I'll be like, oh, I really want to fit in that gap there. Just realised that I went out when it's nearly rush hour, so that explains the traffic. So yeah, I didn't really notice the difference in the city, but obviously you don't really get much, you know, wind in the city anyway, but I mean, it felt like I was in a little bit more of a bubble, I guess, but you know, that could just be placebo. I never really pay attention in the city anyway, to the wind, that is. Always paying attention. Oh, that was a nice whiff of weed from one of those cars. Or was it just from here? Fuck knows. Okay, there definitely is a difference. Yeah, so what I noticed so far with just like a normal riding position is the wind sort of gets, so whereas it was before on my, just in the center of my chest, all along the center of my chest, it seems to be blowing just on the tips of my shoulders now. The wind is also, it feels like a lot more broken up, like it doesn't feel as powerful hitting my chest. I mean, that's obviously to be expected. Surprise, surprise, a higher wind chill takes more wind off of you. But obviously this is more of just like what it's like, a description of what it's like to ride with it. Definitely a lot quieter as well. This is a lot like what I remember it being like when I first test rode the CBR500, which did have this screen. I think I mentioned it on another video, but yeah, it did have this screen, and I remember it feeling just nice and yeah, just stable and protected in your own little bubble sort of thing. And the dealer actually said he would give me the higher windscreen for free if I took the black bike, which is the one I test rode. I already had it fitted, so he was like, yeah, I'll just chuck it in if you get the black one. And I really wanted the red one, so I just got the stock windscreen. But I don't regret that to this day. I'm glad I got the red one, because everyone knows the red ones go faster. Okay, so we'll find a little bit to do the sort of aggressive riding position in a second. Yeah, it's hard to tell because I've got a lot of wind like battering me from the sides as well, but there's definitely less from the front anyway. Okay, we'll stop off at our usual place and have we look at what it actually looks like. I don't know if I freak out the locals by just going there and stopping. Every once in a while they'll be like, who's that weird guy with the red bike? But I'll only be there shortly, I promise. Alright, calm down. Alright. So yeah, for the looks, so colour I absolutely love, because if it's just there's a lot of black on the bike already, and I just more black is just better in my opinion. The height, I don't know if that would bother some people with the kind of just the angle, making it maybe look less aggressive. I think it makes it look potentially more aggressive, but yeah, I actually prefer the look of this over the normal one. Yeah, there's not much more to say. Also, when you're in the cockpit of the bike, I mean, I think that looks quite nice as well, and kind of makes it look like a bigger bike than it is as well. That might be because most of the bikes that you see with like the higher windscreens like this are like, you know, the 1000 Super Sports and stuff like that. So yeah, I kind of like that as well. It's just a nice little thing. Yeah, I think that's all there is to say. I'll just check I'm recording. Yep, it's still recording, so that's good. What a squid. Right. So yeah, still need to find a place to do the aggressive positioning and see how it copes there. I mean, obviously, judging on how it's performing so far, it's obviously going to be better. I just want to see how much better. This looks alright. Yeah, I mean, you can still feel it just on the top of your helmet. Yeah, you're definitely more sheltered by it, obviously. You're not completely sheltered, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, it could, again, I think that is partly because I'm tall. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people are actually going to be using that position on this bike, but it's an improvement if you want to do it. And yeah, I think that's it for the comparison. I hope you found it useful if you're looking into buying this, or just at least found it entertaining if you don't. Let me know what you think, or what I could have done better maybe in the comments. Or if you've got any other questions about the CBR500, you know, I'm happy to answer them, because I know when I was looking for this bike, it was actually pretty hard to find many videos on this bike, or at least many videos that covered the specific things I wanted to know. So for example, I wanted to know how a tall rider would fit on this bike. I couldn't really find anything on that. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. But yeah, any suggestions I'm open to as well. I've got quite a few video ideas coming up anyway, but always be happy to add more to the backlog. Yeah, so thanks for watching. If you did enjoy it, I'd really appreciate if you subscribed. If not, don't worry. Liking also really helps the video and the algorithm and all that. If you've probably heard that a million times by now, but helps the video basically gets seen more in the YouTube recommendations. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and bye. Fucking what is all this shite on the fucking road? Oh Jesus.